Hey, if you don't happen to know who I am, my name is Reece Leiker, and I am Taryn Leiker's daughter, who you see a lot in this group. And today she asked me to share my recent testimony, or I guess what I've experienced with Adapt. So I don't know if you remember, but it would have been, I think, mid-June that I went on the road with mom for a couple weeks where we hit a lot of states in the Midwest. And through hearing her presentations, when she would go over certain products, like I was picking up things that I should know, but I guess I was just reminded of them and what they actually did. And so it was really fascinating to like see everything in a new light. So I remember she was going through the sports line and she was talking about the product Adapt. Now, for those of you who don't know, I absolutely love the gym. Like the gym is essentially my form of therapy, and so I go sometimes like every day of the week, but lately it's been about 4 to 5 days a week. Anyway, regardless of how often I go, I am a very big advocate for our GPS line, and I love using the pre-workout because it really does make a huge difference. When I wasn't taking the pre-workout, it was so noticeable for about 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys remember that whole deal when I wasn't taking products. Yeah. That was the only time I had been off of them, and it did not go well, if you remember that. So, like I said, huge advocate of the pre-workout line. Well, Adapt, bringing that full circle again, is part of the pre-workout line. However, I did not take Adapt. I would only take Energize and Circulate prior to my workouts. And I've noticed that my workouts started to get kind of stagnant in growth. They started just, they were about the same. I was lifting maybe a little heavier sometimes, maybe a little lower other times. And I just wasn't seeing any real growth. But being in the gym, I think the addicting part of it is when you see the results, when you see the gains. And so after listening to mom talk about Adapt and how it really kind of gives you that edge in your workouts and it helps you to be able to go harder, stronger, longer, that's when I was like, okay, we're gonna try this out, because I know my brother actually uses it for his track events. And so I took this, it was probably about a month ago now, if not longer than that. And my first workout, I decided to hit the hardest thing I possibly could, and that was legs. So in doing legs, I have not had the highest squat, so don't judge me here. But I was only able to rep for maybe like 4 sets of 10, the bar, which is 45 pounds. And so that day I go in and I'm like, okay, let's try it. And the bar just feels light. So I'm like, we'll throw some weight on it, I guess. And I threw on 5 pounds on each side. It was easy. I was like, okay, cool. So then I threw on a 10 on each side, and I'm like, I am repping out 65. This is insane. So automatically within one workout session, I had jumped 20 pounds in my squat. And then the next time I had jumped again. I had jumped 20 pounds again. So I worked legs, took a couple days, did some other workouts, came back and did legs again, and my squat jumped to 85 for reps. Sorry, my battery was saying like low power mode. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, so it had said, you know what, like I was at 85. And then every week since, it has blown me away because my squat increases every single time. Nuts. Like every single time I go to the gym, and you could probably trace this back to my text messages with certain people because I will tell them about my gym gains. I have been like, oh my gosh, this week I did like 115. This week I'm repping 125. And right now I'm getting close to repping 135. And I am almost about to be able to like do multiple sets for multiple reps of what used to be what I could do for 1 rep. And I would like, that was failure. So it's really exciting to see that progress in my workouts. I've also noticed I have an increased amount of oxygen in my body because I hate running. Okay, if you don't know me, like I won't go for a walk, I won't run, I won't go outside. Like I'm not, nope, you're not gonna find me walking in nature. I am just not that person. Well, one morning I got the idea, I was like, okay, maybe let's try a little bit of cardio to see how this goes with Adapt. And I don't run, okay? Keep this in mind. I go downstairs and we have a treadmill and I'm able to run a full mile. I don't run, guys. And my mile time back in middle school was like 9 minutes. So my mile time is not fast at all. I walk most of it. So seeing that I don't run, I haven't been conditioning, I haven't been training, and I am able to run a full mile was absolutely insane. And I had my Apple Watch on at that time, and it was like, congrats on completing your first indoor run. And I just laughed because I was like, I don't run. Even my watch knows this. And so those were two of the major things that I've been able to see an increase in what I could do with Adapt. So running and then squats. And I've just noticed all my workouts recently, like I've been able to increase. So my bench, I used to just be able to do the bar. Now I have like 5 pounds on each side, okay? My upper body's super weak, don't judge me here. But it's really cool to see increases in my workouts because it is something I love doing. And it's just that much more rewarding when I can go to the gym and work out and get results from it. I've even noticed my legs are starting to, I think, become more, what would you call that, toned. And I think there's more blood flow getting to my knee region because I'm actually starting to see a little bit of some definition in the term of like teardrop quad. So, you know, when it just like kind of divots down and your knees are really like shredded, because genetically, I think on my mom's side, our knees are a little bit more puffy. And so to be able to shred some of that and start to see a teardrop quad is absolutely huge. So if you are currently just using Energize and Circulate for your workouts and you want to take them to the next level, you want to see results, absolutely do take Adapt. And I've only been taking 1 instead of 2 per dosage, by the way. So just taking 1, I'm already seeing all these crazy results. But like I said, if you want to take your workouts to the next level, if you really want to see gains, if you want to go harder, stronger, longer, utilize Adapt in your next workout.